Quadrilaterals. Quadrilaterals. What, ladies and or gentlemen, are quadrilaterals? Somebody out there in the wide world of mathematics, Amelia?
Four-sided shapes.
Yeah. Any four-sided shapes, polygons, whatever. And that's where we're just going to make sure we know all the different definitions of those things there. I suppose the first one we probably have to just make sure we know is, well, let's write this one down. On the outside of this is what's called a trapezium. A trapezium has no parallel sides. I don't know if you'll ever be asked this question, but that would be a four-sided shape where nothing is parallel. I don't know if that works. Because now it looks like I got that here. I'll change it. See the beauty of the board. If you don't have any parallel sides, I can't even do it. No parallel sides, you probably get the picture there. As opposed to what else that sounds like a trapezium?
Trapezoid.
Yeah, as opposed to a trapezoid. The definition of a trapezoid is exactly and only one set of parallel sides. Which means the easiest way to draw one is to start with your parallel sides and then add the rest. So you could have something that looks like this. Those are parallel. The other two sides are not parallel. Or maybe you have your parallel sides looking like this. Those would be your garden variety general trapezoids. We got trapeziums and trapezoids. Then, children, we must get into the ones that have parallel sides. What are they, you ask? Let me rephrase that. What are they, you ask? Let's go with what we call the parallelograms. The parallelograms. What does a generic parallelogram look like? Well, pretty simple. It just has two sets of parallel sides. This is your garden variety parallelogram. Two sets of parallel sides. Actually, what I should have done was made this super big. Can I make it super big? Any way to make this super big? Somebody? Huh? I don't know if I wanted to do that or not. Sure, that's as big as we get, right? Why not? Everything I draw inside this parallelogram is also a parallelogram. We just don't call it a parallelogram. We use the more specific side. For example, a rectangle. Oh boy. Again, math is a specific thing here. What is the exact definition of a rectangle? Anybody? You have to start by saying it's a parallelogram with what?
4 sides.
No,
Oh.
that would be anything that has 4 sides. People, here, maybe this will help.
4 equals.
No, they're not equal.
4 right angles.
Thank you, Wade Davis.
Oh, they're not.
4
Oh, wait.
right angles.
It's like-
That is the exact definition of a rectangle. You're gonna have to bear with this because this is as small as this little thing writes. I can't get that any smaller. Also in the realms of parallelograms are, somebody besides Wade, Jacob Licht, I know you think,
Square.
yes, a square. Oh my God. What is the exact definition of a square? Abram?
All 4 sides are equal.
Yeah, but that's not all there is. It has to actually squares have to fit two different characteristics. Besides all sides being equal, Amelia, it has to be
All 4 right angles.
yes. So a square has 4 equal sides and 4 right angles. And that is our square. I should have drawn this rectangle bigger for this parallelogram. And here's where people get caught off guard. Are all squares rectangles?
No.
Yes, they are. Are all rectangles squares?
No.
No. Okay. It's impossible. You can draw a rectangle that doesn't have 4 equal sides. Right? You can draw one. So all rectangles are not squares, but you cannot draw a square that doesn't have 4 right angles. So every one of these is one of those. I should have drawn it. I should have put that inside my rectangle. But I think I ran out of room. What else do we have besides rectangles, squares, parallelograms? Oh boy. Wade?
Rhombus.
Yes. Mr. Rhombus. A rhombus has the definition of a rhombus. Help me, rhombus. Please help me, rhombus. A rhombus is, get a little clue on that one too. The exact definition of a rhombus, Evelyn, is
All sides are equal.
got 4 equal sides. Are all rhombuses squares?
No. No.
Can a rhombus be a square?
Yes.
Are all squares rhombuses?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
All squares have to have 4 equal sides, so they have to be rhombuses.
Yeah.
Again, we always use the specific one of those when we say it. We must be going on. There must be more. We can't stop now. Maybe that's it. Oh, we do have to talk about a kite.
What?
Does it give me a definition of a kite?
Contraption.
But a kite would not be a quadrilateral. I guess we have to put that out here somewhere too. Watch how big this is, by the way. It's kind of small. I'm not sure, I don't see where it gives me the exact definition of what a kite is. A quadrilateral with no pairs of parallelograms is called a trapezium. We show 2 examples. The figure on the right is called a kite. Oh, 2 pairs of adjacent sides of equal length. So here we go. Kite is this. These sides have equal length, and then these sides have equal length. Yes, it does look like a kite. But the definition is 2 adjacent sides of equal length. Actually, this would have to get It is not, a kite is not a parallelogram, even though these kind of look like it, these two lines can't be and will never be parallel in a kite. And it does.
I'm reading at 11:15, so do we have anything for that?
Beautiful, yes, we will have actually lesson number 30.
Okay, thank you.
Lesson number 30. That's so funny. Is she standing there for something?
Yeah. Since you started talking about kites.
Oh, well, I'm trying to say, I didn't see her there.
I had to tell her to walk up to you.
Oh, she was standing way back there?
She's scared.
She's not scared, Sophia's not scared.
She's scared of them.
And then I suppose let's write this in here. One way to talk about all this is to draw a Venn diagram. And I know you use Venn diagrams and other things, right? Where you use circles to represent things. For example, if this circle represents all parallelograms, in that circle is all parallelograms, what things inside parallelograms? Inside parallelograms, we have rectangles. Every rectangle is a parallelogram, right? Right? And we also have inside of this rhombuses. Why is rhombuses not completely in rectangles? Because you can draw some rhombuses that aren't rectangles, right? Why does it intersect here? Because what shape is a rectangle and a rhombus?
Parallelogram.
No.
Square.
Yeah, what falls in this little thing? A square. A square falls in this little thing here because a square is both a rectangle and a rhombus, and it is a parallelogram. But not all squares. Some squares are rectangles, some squares are rhombuses. No, all squares are rectangles and rhombuses. Can you draw a rhombus that is a square but not a rectangle? Yes. Can you draw a rectangle that's not a rhombus or a square? Yes. I mean, if you drew the pictures in there, you know, your rhombus looks like this. Your rectangle looks like this. Your square looks like that. And your parallelogram could be anything that has parallel signs. All of them are parallelograms. So that diagram kind of shows you that whole spiel about there. Maybe